Episode 3 of the series, Mount Rushmore NFL edition, linebacker position. Carl Coulange here with a new cast because last week we had a bit of controversy and the NFL fans were upset. So I had to get a new cast for the linebacker. Let me introduce my panel. We have Sal. Sal, how you doing, man? Welcome to the show.
I'm doing good. Good evening, guys. Thanks for having me.
TK the Tank, Tom Kenny. He's not talking wrestling. He's talking football today. Tom, how you doing, man?
Carl, it's great to be here. Carl, great to talk some football, and I'm excited for it.
We have my cousin Al. Al, how you doing, cuz? Everything good?
Hey, guys. How you doing? Thanks for having me again.
And we have a former colleague of mine from St. John the Baptist, Assistant High School. Shout out to the Cougars. Eric, how you doing, bro?
What's up, brother, man? Shout out to everyone out there, struggling through these tough times. We're going to get through them, and I'm just here to talk some football, baby. Let's go.
Let's do it. So I'm not going to waste any time. You guys know how this is. You've seen the 2 other episodes. You get 4 picks for yourself, and then comes the drama where we have to decide who makes the ultimate hit list. Let's start off with Al. I got to go with my cousin. I'm sorry, I'm biased. So I got to start off with my cousin first. Al, who are your top 4 picks for linebacker all time in the NFL history?
Top 4 picks. Number 4, I'm going to start with Mr. Dick Butkus.
Okay.
Dick Butkus, 6'3", 245, first round, third round pick with the Bears. Stayed with the squad his whole career. 8-time Pro Bowler, 6-time first team All-Pro. The guy was amazing. Dedicated, unstoppable. Next up, number 3, Mr. Mike Singletary.
Cool.
Singletary, 5'11", 230.
Wait, say that again? I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
Mike Singletary, 5'11", 230. Played with the Bears, Super Bowl champs, the 85 Destructible Bears. 10-time Pro Bowler, 8-time first team. Man was another. He played in that dominant defense. Great man, great linebacker. Number 2. This is a very, very difficult one, but I have to do it. I'm going to go with number 2, Ray Lewis.
Okay.
Ray Lewis, 6'1", 240, Ravens. First round, 26 pick. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. You're good.
First round, 26 pick, 2-time Super Bowl champion. You could run over a wall for this man. Dedicated leadership. Although he had a little incident going on during during his playing time, still dominant, ultimate dominant. And my first pick before my time, Sal, you're gonna love this. Lawrence Taylor. 6'3", 238, first round draft pick number 2, Giants, 2-time Super Bowl champion, 10-time Pro Bowler, 8-time first team All-Pro, NFL MVP, NFL Player of the Year, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year. The man was a generational linebacker. You cannot top that man. He ended a career. No one's ever ended a career but that man. And it's known for Joe Theismann. And that's all I got to say.
All right, so you go with Dick Butkus, Mike Singletary, Ray Lewis, and Lawrence Taylor. Let's go over to Eric. Eric, who are your top 4?
All right, so 3 out of my top 4 I actually hear no argument with. My number 4 pick, I feel like there'll be a little bit of discussion. We're going to go with Derrick Brooks. Okay, Derrick Brooks, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, close 5 picks. I had Derek Thomas and Jack Lambert, just so you guys know. There was my honorable mentions. But Derrick Brooks, okay, you got 1 Super Bowl ring. Okay, the Tampa Bay defense won that Super Bowl ring. Derrick Brooks returned a touchdown in that game. Okay, phenomenal game. So you have that. First team All-Rookie, 11-time Pro Bowler, 5-time first team All-Pro, 4-time second team All-Pro, Defensive Player of the Year in 2002. He's 3rd all-time in solo tackles with 1,300. Okay, for a linebacker, especially a weak side linebacker, to have over 1,300 tackles solo, that's a great feat. All right, so 3rd all-time in solo tackles. He caused 49 turnovers, 6 TDs. He's tied for the record with Bobby Bell for most TDs from a defensive player. Okay, all time. That's 6 TDs. And his legacy, okay? Offenses had to change their game because of the Tampa 2 defense. And his weak side linebacker skills is what led that Tampa 2 defense to be so dominant in that era okay? And Bill Belichick actually, developed his offense around attacking the seams to beat the Tampa 2. All right, so that's number 4, Derrick Brooks. My number 3 pick is Dick Butkus, okay? Only thing you didn't mention is that the top award for the best linebacker in all of football is a Dick Butkus award. All right, that's got to go for something, okay? Deacon Jones even said that Dick was an ambush. Oh, shout out to the crew for last week, not putting Deacon Jones on that list, okay? Messed up. But he even said it. Dick Butkus, he wanted to put you in the hospital, okay? Prototypical linebacker, Dick Butkus, number 3. Number 2, Ray Lewis, all right? 2-time Super Bowl champ, Super Bowl MVP, all right? He's number 1 all-time in solo tackles, all right? Best downhill playing linebacker of all time, Ray Lewis, number 2. And number 1, all right, Carl, when you asked me to do this show, I automatically thought of what I was going to do when I revealed my number 1 player. Mike Miller beat me to the punch with his Reggie Miller jersey back in the day. So I'm not going to go through all the, the pomp and circumstance. But number 1 is your boy, Lawrence Taylor. Lawrence Taylor, number 1 linebacker.
Listen, I'm going to tell you this. When Carl called me about this show, I said, Carl, your panel, I said, how many of you guys in your panel is Giant fans? He said 3. I said, okay. They're all going to pick Lawrence Taylor as their
He did. Yeah, he did tell me that. Yeah.
But I'm going to say why Lawrence Taylor will also be on the top Mount Rushmore of all of NFL players, not just linebackers. And that's because he changed the game. Before him, running backs would be the guy that picked up the blitzing linebacker in pass protection. When Lawrence Taylor came up against a running back, okay, you saw the running back end up in the quarterback's lap. That changed the left tackle position in NFL forever. So LT, clearly LT changes the left tackle, LT position of the football forever. Number 1 of all time in my list.
All right, so Eric has Derrick Brooks, Dick Butkus, Ray Lewis, and Lawrence Taylor. Sal, who's on your top 4?
Let's hear this one, Sal.
All right. I'm going to go number 4 is going to be Mike Singletary.
Okay.
We all know 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, NFC Player of the Year, 3-time NFC Player of the Year, Super Bowl champion, 10-time Pro Bowl. He's got a pretty good resume. Number 3, I'm going to go with a member of the Steel Curtain, Jack Lambert.
Ooh, took it back.
Okay. Honorable mention on my list.
Super Bowl champ, All Defensive Player of the Year. He's got also a very good resume. And obviously, you can't go without naming the next 2 players. I think we've all agree that Ray Lewis would be number 2 for me. And Lawrence Taylor, who redefined the linebacker position, will be number 1. The movie.
I told you, Carl.
Okay.
The movie. I can't even think of the movie now. Oh, the Blindside was
Blindside.
Was because of Lawrence Taylor. That's why the left tackle position is probably the most important on the offensive line. Yep. So yes, that will be my 4 guys.
Okay, so Mike Singletary, Jack Lambert, Ray Lewis, and Lawrence Taylor. TK, you're on the clock.
All right, I'm ready. I mean, my thunder's already been stolen, but I'm going to go with it anyway. Number 4, I have Jack Lambert, the man with the toothless grin. Iron Curtain, really helmed that Iron Curtain for the Steelers. Won 4 Super Bowl titles, 1976 Defensive Player of the Year, 6-time first-team All-Pro, 9-time Pro Bowl campaigns for the man. He was a great tackler, but also had 28 interceptions, pounced on 17 fumbles, and his 8 fumble recoveries in 1976 are the most ever by a linebacker. So I'm going to put Lambert at number 4. Number 3, there's a reason that every high school, college, and pro linebacker gets an award called the Dick Butkus Award. It's because he was the animal, the enforcer, the maestro of mayhem, the robot of destruction. He was a first ballot Hall of Famer in Canton in 1979. He was 2-time All-Defensive Player of the Year in 1969 and set 1970, multiple Pro Bowls, multiple first-team All-Pros. You cannot mention the linebacker position without talking about Dick Butkus. And for the grand finale of the last 2, surprise, surprise, I'm going to have Ray Lewis at number 2. I watched the Giants in 2000, helmed by Kerry Collins, beat the Minnesota Vikings 41-0 in the NFC Championship game, and I said, we're going to win the Super Bowl. And then we ran right into Ray Lewis, Super Bowl 25 MVP. He shut us down. We lost to a quarterback named Trent Dilfer, not because of Trent Dilfer, but because of a linebacker named Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis had 2,000-plus tackles in his career. He was the Defensive Player of the Year in 2000 and repeated it in 2003. 41.5 sacks, 51 total takeaways in his career. Absolute Hall of Fame career for Ray Lewis. And number one, no surprise, let's go Giants. Two-time Super Bowl champion Lawrence Taylor changed the game. He was the number 2 selection in the 1981 draft. He won Defensive Rookie and Defensive Player of the Year that season. And he also won Defensive Player of the Year another 2 times. In 1982 and 1986, and he won an NFL MVP in the 86 season. He racked up 20.5 sacks en route to that MVP season, which is just incredible for a linebacker. Overall, 132.5 sacks, 10 Pro Bowls, 8 first-team All-Pro nods, and 2 Super Bowl champions. He is the best ever. He is also the best in Any Given Sunday, the movie. He hit guys hard in that movie as well, so why not put Lawrence Taylor number 1? No one better than LT. That's my list, Carl.
All right, so you go with Jack Lambert, Dick Butkus, Ray Lewis, and Lawrence Taylor. So there's really no room for debate here because everyone kind of has a similar list. Does that say something about the NFL linebacker position that there's not many greats from what we've constructed so far before we pick our own?
Well, I mean, Derrick Brooks and Mike Singletary are also great. So that, 4, 5, 6, 3 positions kind of hard. But when you look at the top 2 all time, there's no question it's Ray Lewis and Lawrence Taylor. They're just heads and tails above the competition.
Al, you had something to say? Al, you.
And that the linebacker position is sort of like the quarterback position. It's not a position that you can that you could just say, hey, coach, let me play that position. You have to be a leader. You have to be vocal. You have to be basically a crazy individual to be a linebacker because the linebacker is the quarterback of the team. That defense does not work without a linebacker.
Eric, you had something else to add?
Yeah, that's basically the point I was going to get at is the communication factor with linebackers. The true great ones you see in their defenses, the communication. They're playing chess with the quarterback. The quarterback is audible, and then you hear Ray Lewis get up to the line and he start barking. So the communication and the importance of the linebacker position itself leads to, I would say, and actually an excess of greatness outside of 1 and 2. Outside of 1 and 2, like TK was saying, 3, 4, 5, 6, I say even up to 10. You can make solid arguments for a Brian Urlacher, Junior Seau, Eric Thomas. You can make these arguments, but 1 and 2 is down pat. 1 and 2. LT and Ray Lewis.
Okay. Sal, was there anybody that was on the fence for you that you kind of were like, when you were making your decisions that you were kind of like, maybe should I put them in, or was it your 4 you knew going in, those were your 4?
The only one I was debating was whether or not it was going to be either Lambert or Dick Butkus. But I was pretty much set on the other 3.
All right.
I mean, Mike Singletary, like Eric said, you got Derek Thomas, but he was a shortened career. Junior Seau was another great one. Brian Urlacher. You could there's a lot of them. But after Lawrence Taylor and Ray Lewis, it could go any way. There's so many great ones to put as the other 2. So.
My issue with Dick Butkus was his career was shortened. But the reason why I put him on my list is because his whole career was Illinois. He's Mr. Chicago. Literally Mr. Chicago.
Yeah.
Born there, played there, everything there, and won there. So
and he's your prototypical linebacker. I mean, all accounts. I never watched the guy play, only outside of film. But, from all accounts of all the players that play with him, they said that he went out there to take your head off. And even he was quoted. I was watching when I was doing this research. He was quoted that he wants to hit you under the chin constantly and just knock you out of the game. He didn't want to hurt you. He wanted just to knock you out of the game. And that was,
what's funny what I find funny about Dick Butkus? I don't know if you guys remember, but he was on an NBC sitcom called and he was coaching basketball. And I'm kind of like, how is the football player coaching high school basketball? Like where does he pick? Like, I get it, it's Hollywood, but what's the irony in a linebacker all the time coaching basketball?
Tackle that point guard.
Yeah, it was so awkward. It was so awkward to see him there. Okay, so but now, go ahead, TK.
Oh, I just want to say, like they were saying, you have a ton of guys that really could have made this list. Derek Thomas, 7 sacks in a single game. He was really prolific for the short time he played. Junior Seau was the main linebacker in the year the Patriots almost went undefeated. Thank you, Eli Manning. And you got all these different guys that really can come in there. And like Eric said, the top 10 really just are interchangeable here with the linebacker position.
Okay, so now we get a little interesting. Anyone want to make their final? Out of the 4 you have, you get 1 pick. Who wants to go first?
I will.
Who said that?
Me.
Sal, go ahead. So who's your pick?
Number 56. Lawrence Taylor.
All right.
Got him.
He got him. Who's next? Come on. Don't all choose at once
last.
now.
I'll go last. I mean,
Come on, guys. Listen, let's go.
Last. I'm going to go last.
Oh, my. Eric just said he's going last. What do you mean? Someone has to go next. What do you want me to do? Flip a coin or pick a name out of the hat?
I'll go next.
Okay.
I'm going to put the pressure on the guys. I'm going to pick Jack Lambert. I'm going to fill that in early and put the pressure on you guys. See if you guys will put in Ray Lewis or Dick Butkus or leave him out. So I'm picking Jack Lambert.
Jack Lambert. Okay, so far we have Lawrence Taylor for Sal, Jack Lambert for TK the Tank. All right, who's next?
TK, I'll go next. And TK, I like that move by you because Jack Lambert, like I said, was right my honorable mention. Derrick Brooks, I was on the fence for, so that you put Lambert in there, that solidified my number 4. So then I'm gonna go with Ray Lewis. Get that one out of there, and I'll give your cousin Al. I'll give him the final say. Let's see if he does it right. I want to see if you do it right. Last week.
You see. Listen. Before we go, this is where it gets interesting because the last guy always believes he has the advantage, but the way you guys played the cards, you played it right. You got Lawrence Taylor, Jack Lambert, and Ray Lewis. Al, the 4th man is on you.
Don't pick Mo Lewis.
He took my
He did what?
Because I really want to say Ray Lewis. I'm gonna tell you why I want to say Ray Lewis. I watched Ray Lewis. See, Ray Lewis is in my era. I'm an '80s baby. Yes, I watched Lawrence Taylor play, but toward the latter career, of the end of his career. Ray Lewis. When I tell you, I would run a wall for Ray Lewis. Just watching that man play, watching him to this day. My son plays football. He's a strong safety linebacker. And I tell him, before every game, go watch a Ray Lewis film. Just go watch Ray Lewis and then see how you play and then see what you do after the game. But yeah, he's still my thunder. I'm going Ray Lewis, bro.
You can't go Ray Lewis. Ray Lewis is already on the list. You have to pick one more person. That's how it works.
And Ray Lewis also.
You have one more person on your list, and you can't pick someone who's already been picked. So technically, right now, you have to pick between Dick Butkus and Singletary. Yeah, because the Ray Lewis and Lawrence Taylor have already been taken. So you have the last card. Huh? Say that one more time.
Butkus.
Okay, here we go.
Good list.
I'm going with the loyalty.
Okay. So we have Lawrence Taylor, Dick Butkus, Jack Lambert, and Ray Lewis. Are we all happy with that list as your top ultimate list?
That's my exact list.
That's good.
I'm very happy. That's my exact list.
3 out of 4 is not bad for me. So.
Yeah, I said 3 out of 4.
So Eric, are you happy?
Yeah, man. Like I said,
we don't have any lilies on this list that's going to throw a monkey in the wrench, right?
No, and suspend the commish. Suspend him. Get rid of him. Okay, we're gonna have a vote. I'm telling you right now.
Sal, are you satisfied with the list?
The worst pick, though.
I'm satisfied with the list because there's no Cowboys on it, so that's all.
Oh man. Okay, gentlemen. So again, to wrap it up, our list is Ray Lewis, Jack Lambert, Dick Butkus, and Lawrence Taylor. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me here on episode 3 of the Mount Rushmore series. I'm sure I will see you guys later down the line. I believe some of you may have some other episodes in there. We still have to get into the offense with we have to get into coaching. We have the running back position, wide receiver. There's so much more left of this 8-part series. So thank you so much for joining me. We also have baseball season. After this one, we're going to do a baseball one. So if you guys want to join in on one of those, the invitation's open. We'll do a basketball one as well. We even thought to do a boxing one. So we're going to continue pro wrestling. TK, we're definitely going to do that one. That'll be interesting. So if you guys want to join in on any other one, just let me know. Shoot me a text and we'll get you on.
All right. Sounds good.
All right. Please make sure you follow the Sports Hit List by the fans, for the fans. Like, share, comment, subscribe all over social media. We are coming to you live on Wednesdays at 4 o'clock on the Worldwide Sports Radio Network. Be sure to tune in to us. You guys take care. I love you guys. Make sure you're staying safe out there and practicing social distance. And I'll talk to you guys soon.
Stay safe.
I know it's backwards.
Stay safe.
Suspend the commission.
Thanks for having me.